Hi, it's Ali here from An Inside Job. And I was talking to a client recently, and she said, I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know who I am, and I don't like the person that I am." So we talked about it a little bit. I asked her some questions round about it, and she gave me this example. And actually, it struck a chord with me, and I'm sure it's going to strike a chord with many others. Have you ever been in that situation that you're midway through yet another argument about the same thing, and you suddenly think, what am I doing? What am I saying? But who am I? When did I turn into this bitter, angry woman? What happened to that lovely, romantic, positive, enthusiastic girl? Where has she gone? And then the next thought this woman shared with me was, it's his fault. So midway through the argument, she pulled herself back and thought, I don't want to be like this. And then the next thought was, I'm only like this because of him. And that set off another array of emotions. So not only were they arguing about something insignificant in the same way as they argue about something insignificant every other day without ever resolving anything, now it's his fault that she feels like this, it's that she's behaving like this. He has ruined her. And she said, then I thought, if he really loved me, he wouldn't do this. He would just learn to accept how I feel. He would acknowledge how I feel, and he would take responsibility for making me feel like that. Well, whose thoughts like that? Who's felt like that? I know when she said it, I could feel myself blushing. I've been there. It was the root cause of my major discord with my husband. It was the thing that made me reach for my suitcase time and time again. I think, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. I need to get out of this. And so we stopped, and I reframed for her. I said back, I spoke back to her exactly the words that she'd given me. And she said, yeah, that's exactly how, what I was thinking. But when I hear it out loud, it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable somehow. So the long and short of it is we did some work around it. We sort of looked at it in more depth, and what was really upsetting her was that she was giving her power away. She was allowing somebody else to make her feel this way, to make her feel unhappy. She was no longer in control of who she was and how she was behaving. She was just reacting and reacting and reacting. Now, another one of my favourite little sayings is, you do the same thing, you get the same results. So of course, she was going into the same argument, maybe a different argument on a different topic, but with the same attitude and with the same expectation of the outcome. So of course, every argument started the same. Both parties fighting to win that particular battle. Nobody taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture. So that's where we started. We started taking a step back. We started looking at that bigger picture that was her marriage and her life as a whole. Because she was so focused on this one desire to get her husband just to admit that either he didn't love her enough or that he was wrong, because she was sure that if that was the case and he could really understand her pain, everything would be better. So we decided we'd clear all that out of the way. We can't change other people, we can't change situations, but we can change ourselves. And we started working from that point of view. And the one thing that we started with was a tool that I use called disc profiling. And what it does is it gives you a really clear overview on your personal preferences within your relationships. It gives you an overview on how you act, interact, react, how you assume information, how you deal with criticism, how when you're defensive, what do you do? When do you go on the offensive? And from there you get a pretty clear idea on how your behaviour maybe adding, I'm not saying causing, but maybe adding to the discord within your marriage. So it's a really good tool. It gets you, I always say, I'm full of my little statements, but I always say love and happiness is an inside job. So it kind of makes sense that before we even start thinking about the relationship, we just get a really clear overview on you. The you that is probably lost somewhere underneath all this petty bickering and fighting for one-upmanship that's become your marriage. So, get back to basics. Who are you? What is it you've lost in the process of this, this discord, and who do you want to become? And then we can start creating little changes in the discussion and the way that you present yourself. So if that's interesting to you, but actually I say if that is interesting to you, because it transforms everything. It's the basis for relationship transformation, knowing yourself and knowing what you can do to change your behaviour. If not in this relationship, but in any other relationship that you would subsequently go into. So for the next, I'm going to say 10 days, I've no idea if it's 10 days or not, until the 10th of July at least, I am offering an assessment, a DISC assessment plus a follow-up coaching call of 45 minutes, all for €87. After the 10th of July, that price is going to go up quite a lot. So if you're interested, I would book now. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to taking you through the process, and I look forward to seeing the first step in your transformation in your relationship. So sign up now. See you there.